All right, welcome back. We had a lovely win. I don't know if any of you guys caught that Jared Goff chant at the end, but I think that just kind of said everything we needed to know about that game. That was a little interesting. And I'll get over that and I'll talk about that. There's a lot of things on the defensive side that obviously we can clean up. I give a lot to Jake Browning. He did a nice job running for his life and trying to make something out of nothing with Jamar Chase. And that's what that was when they were out there. So, all right, Dan Van, what's going on, brother? He says, yo, fellas, what's going on, dude? I hope you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. I don't even do an audio check. Hope you guys can hear me. That would be weird if you couldn't. Yeah, so kind of letting that win settle in. Not really sure. Like if we were to grade that game, what we would give it, considering the situation. Kind of curious to see who Dan Campbell's giving away these game balls to. Jake Browning may be one. He may be one that we're giving away a game ball to. So Jake Browning gets a game ball. Thank you so much. Here, let's do some instant reactions for me. This guy, I thought Jared Goff, like usual, he looked awesome. There was a few times he took the sacks. There was that weird fumble, or the fumble, the turnover, but he looked awesome. He looked Hall of Fame worthy. He looked like the goddamn reason why they were chanting his name at the end. David Montgomery, what a homecoming game that was for him. Thought that was so cool. Guy throws a touchdown. Sam Laporta had a hell of a game too. Got to see him start blowing up on the stat sheet. Man, that was really nice to see, something I've been waiting for. J-Mo started to look like he was going to be a huge part of that offensive game plan, but then they kind of backed off of him. Still fine, still okay. Curious to see what game he blows up in. I thought it was this game. That turned out to be kind of like Sam Laporta's game, to have his stat sheet, right? So still with the defense, Hutchinson looked awesome. He looked vicious. Our secondary looks great, but seriously, Terry and Arnold still continues to do stupid, just young, dumb, stupid shit. Somehow Mark Sanchez has been charged in a stabbing. We'll get into that. That's just really weird. I think he's having like a downfall like every other Jets quarterback does. Tell me, you can play that louder. We got the Weasel back in action. Ooh, and we got Blue Gatorade. Yeah, I'm on live, bro. You want to say what's up? No? Why not? Now he's all shy. I don't even know what he said. All right, so 37-24. Let me bring up the stat line real quick. I don't care what you guys say. I still look at Bleacher Report. So if you got a problem with that, screw you. All right, so Jared Goff, 19-23, 258 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He was sacked 4 times. Keep in mind, left tackle Taylor Decker was out, last-minute scratch. Had Trey Hendrickson, who I still want opposite of Aidan Hutchinson. They had him matching up against Brock Wright. Just bad mismatches, right? So even with Manu playing left tackle, I thought he did a really nice job covering, considering if that was Taylor Decker, obviously there's going to be more adjustments. He's not going to leave Brock Wright to handle Trey Hendrickson alone. Irregardless, I thought they did a great job for what they had coming at him, right? So Jared Goff still awesome. Threw up some GOAT numbers, 153 rating. David Montgomery, 1 for 1, 3 yards, 1 touchdown, 118. I love that. I love to see David Montgomery throw a touchdown. That was just so awesome. I know everybody did. He's a hometown boy. He's from Cincinnati. Then again, he leads the rushing sheet too. 18 attempts, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. Didn't really see too many times where you really thought they were going to like those big blow up for 75, 65, 50 yards. The longest they had was 19. But again, that was kind of one of those games. This was one of those games where we'll get into it. I thought they had different styles of offenses that they were kind of going to based on how their defense was playing and how some of those big plays from Cincinnati came out. Let's get into receiving stats. St. Brown, dude, anytime there's a big win, you're going to see big numbers from St. Brown. That's all he does, man. That's all St. Brown does is hold it down. He blocks, he catches, he does everything. I don't need to tell you the same shit everybody else knows, but 9 targets, 100 yards, no touchdowns, but his longest was 26. But then look at this. Sam Laporta, 92 yards and a touchdown. Loved it. Great to see Sam Laporta have a big day. Gibbs caught one for 20. Well, 20 was his longest, but that reception on Gibbs was really nice. We know Gibbs can do that. And then Isaac Tesla, dude, the rookie from Detroit out of Arkansas, 6'4", 240. Isaac Tesla, 1 catch, 1 target, 12 yards in the end zone for a touchdown. Love to see this guy develop. He's awesome. Find me someone who doesn't like him. Brock Wright gets a touchdown too. Sloppy blocking today, but again, he was matched up against an all-pro defensive end. J-Mo, like I said, he started to seem like he was part of the big plan right in the beginning, but as you guys see, 9 yards, not really much. So waiting to see J-Mo have his day, but this was definitely a Sam Laporta day. Didn't really need to see much out of Jake Bates. Didn't think we would. Of course, when you're scoring that many points, he's going to kick that many field goals. And then Khalif Raymond, dude. Love you, Leaf. Love you. But, and this isn't one of those games I think you had to swing and come out like a fiery missile. Hurt, nothing serious, but for the size he is, Devin Hester, dude, he was a big mofo. He was stocky. He was strong. Khalif, buddy, you're explosive, you're fast, you're small, but you can't go that hard in the paint all the time. You're going to get hurt. So save it for Kansas City. But I hope he's feeling better. I don't know the depths of his injury, but hey, let's get down to the defensive side of things. Jack Campbell, love it. He was all over the place, tackling machine. We already know that. He has lots of tackling fuel. Thought and loved to see Derek Barnes all over the field. Thought this would be a great day for him to do something on the stat sheet. And he did. He threw up a big, nice, nasty sack, too. I believe that was Mr. Safety as well. So Derek Barnes, we'll get into that, but had a nice game. Amik Robertson, he had his interception. He came up big time. Thought he played excellent. Towards the end, he got burned playing lazy, but when it came down to it, I love having this guy in our team. Obviously, he had to step in when Terrion Arnold was out. Maddox, this was one of those free agent pickups. Thought he did a really nice job. Same thing with Branch. Kirby had his INT just sitting there ball hawking. They were comparing him to Ed Reed like usual. No surprise. Kirby is a G. Aidan Hutchinson, holy crap. Only had one sack. He should have had a lot more. There was a couple goofy penalties that he had sacks on where, it was like holding on a corner and delegated a sack. Now, the holding on this corner was completely out of the way of the play and just something stupid. But we'll save that for another night to hammer on the secondary and how they need to kind of tighten things up. But Rakius Sin, holy shit. Thought he did a really nice job stepping in. There was a really nice pass breakup he had. He stayed with, I think it was T. Higgins, I'm not sure. But again, clean from him for the most part. Anzalone, love that interception from Anzalone. We know what Anzalone can do, dude. He's a captain. He's the heart. He's one of the main heartbeats of this Lions defense, right? It's Hutchinson, it's Anzalone, and then it's probably Brian and Kirby in the back. But we know he is such a big part of what we do here. And then Muhammad didn't really throw up on the stat sheet, but we saw him all over just smacking the quarterback. Maybe as that ball got lit off, but dude, he drove Jake Browning in the ground so hard. So we know what he's capable of doing, right? But it was good to see him. Outside of that, none of these guys really stood out to me. Terrion Arnold continues to be, I don't know. He's boomer bust, right? He's worth it, or he's completely sit the fuck down and stay out of the way. So we're not going to figure him out right now, but I thought he played an okay game, but need to see obviously way more out of him. Time of possession, we killed that. Total yards, again, since he had a lot of empty yards towards the end of the game. Passing yards, there's your empty passing yards, 237, 247. I'm going to say this because don't even start getting this. And for some reason, I hear bone inside my head of him standing up for Jake Browning. But those are empty yards. Rushing yards, 118. Definitely would have liked to see a little bit more. But again, that goes back to the different type of offenses we had to play depending on how our defense was playing, right? 1 minute, our defense looks like they're going to just keep these Bengals quiet. The next minute, they're playing lazy and letting them score kind of empty points at the end of the game and saying, guys, you're putting us in a bad position or an awkward position. So no surprise. We won it on the first downs, not by much, but the turnover battle, hey, they turned the ball over more than we did. That Jared Goff one still stupid. I don't think that was a fumble. Sacks allowed. That's another one where we probably got to him a lot more than the stat sheet shows. Still, Cincinnati, I thought you did a great job. Your defense, your team is clearly not giving up, even though the quarterback you guys have is pretty below average for what you're expecting. Or Jake Browning was 26 of 40. So when you have 40 attempts, what do I mean by empty yards? That's what I mean. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 2 sacks. He's a 76. So on the stat sheet, for some reason, he looks really great. But out there, he was just getting beat on physically. Jamar Chase, 110 and 2 touchdowns. Again, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, even when their quarterback's Jay Browning, they're going to be good wide receivers, right? They're Pro Bowl wide receivers. So this game wasn't no offense, we weren't playing the Browns. This is a really good team, and we can obviously see how harder this would have been if Joe Burrow was there. So kind of glad we're playing the Bengals when they're down and out, because now we have to take everything and just shift right into Kansas City, right? So as far as this game's concerned, there's really not much to get hung up on. So many things to adjust to, especially on the defensive side of the ball, right? I think if you're getting Taylor Decker back for Kansas City, which I hope you are, will kind of leave a lot of the left side of the field, lack of adjustments, dealing with Trey Hendrickson alone. But guys, these safeties, right? And these corners, playing lazy towards the end, really just kind of not following. If you're covering a guy like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, I don't care how down you are and who the quarterback is, they're going to continue running their routes. And I just saw a lot of that. Right, I saw a lot of those 24 points that could have just been left. And it almost looked like the corner was just watching and waiting for Hutch to do something to the quarterback. But as soon as Hutch is about to hit him, the quarterback just launches one in the air. And at that point, when you're an all-pro wide receiver, you're going to go up and get it, right? And that's what we saw. So lots to think about on that side of the fence, but attention to detail from the corners. Really proud to see Shep's game planning. I thought it was a nice game plan, considering I definitely think the wheels fell off his defense a little bit towards the end. Again, once Cincinnati looked like they were going to have to pick a path. Do we give up, or do we just fight this, ride this out, and make the Lions really earn this win? And that's what they did, right? So kudos to them. And kudos to our coaching staff. I thought they fought through one that would be potential trap game, Mr. Hermdo, and I'm sure we weren't the only ones to say that, but this was a game I'm glad it's behind us now. I'm really glad, because this was going to be one of those weeks where some strange things were going to happen, and I'm glad we weren't a part of it, and I'll get into that in a second. Who else we got here in this YouTube chat? No Taco Larry's. Oh, man. So, yeah, thought it was an awesome week in football, though, because the Eagles lost, guys. That kind of where I was alluding to with the crazy shit that's happening. Eagles finally got their first loss, which I don't really think they're too upset about, because I just don't like when you have that big zero following you in the NFL. That conversation of when's the first loss going to take place, and that first loss just becomes so much more impactful unless you get one out of the way. I'm sure they're not happy about it, but I'm just saying I don't like when there's undefeated teams in the NFL. It's that one conversation that can we not talk about LeBron? Can we not talk about there being undefeated teams, right? Can we not talk about Tom Brady doing satanic ritual worships to extend his life and his soul? Yeah, so going around the game, we got Washington Chargers 27-10. This was one of those games where Jaden Daniels is coming back, right? He's been out for a while. They've been humping along with Marcus Mariota. Chargers started out to seem like they were going to be a contending team and a scary team to play. They're leveling out a little bit. You're allowed to lose a few games, but this just was a quiet, weird game. Justin Herbert had an interception and a touchdown, 166 yards. Trey Lance came in 3 for 4. But here comes Jaden Daniels, right? Not a fancy game, 15-26 and a touchdown, right? But this is what shows you when you have a playmaker like Jaden Daniels coming back. You're going to win these games. Washington beats LA. I would have probably said this would have been a Washington game just with him coming back. Tennessee, look at these boys, get that first W. There is a guy out on TikTok that I just started following on the fan forum page who is a Titans fan, and he is going to be pretty happy. 22-21 is the final of this bad boy. Not really sure. It's probably two boring ass teams, but I'm interested to see where Cam Ward goes. Doesn't really seem like his numbers are too explosive yet. But Kyler Murray, I wish he would have just never been around. I don't know. I just don't like Kyler Murray. I'm sorry. I don't. So he's not someone I'm a big fan of. But hey, look at this. Two shitty teams played a football game, and Tennessee got their first win. So there you go. probably the only one you're going to get of the season. Tampa Bay, look at you, JT. I know you're live right now. You guys are doing your shit, but Tampa Bay climbs to 4-1, winning in old school Lions fashion of all these weird little field goals and last minute walk-offs. But hey, look at that, dude. 38-35 against Seattle. 4-1. That's hey, I'm proud of the Bucks, but we're gonna beat you Monday night, guys. You guys just have to walk everything off and win it fancy. We're just a very good, complete team this year, so we're well rounded. And you're beating a lot of teams that have weaknesses, and you're kind of wearing them down and doing a really nice job of it because Baker is a grinder. But yeah, so this is where you see Baker's stat line with 29 of 33 and 2 touchdowns. That's pretty good. That's really nice. Again, good offense, not a big rushing game. Earn it out. Man, what do you want to talk about? A great draft pick. Ibuka is a great wide receiver, 163 yards and a touchdown. That's pretty badass. He's doing a really nice job. Godwin's back. I don't want to get too much into this because we're going to have the doc on and he's going to go through this with us. But hey, here's the big one. Denver versus Philly. This is 21-17. Pretty sure I would have never picked Denver to beat Philly for the first time, but they did. So the Eagles lost, which is awesome. Anytime the Eagles lose, we can celebrate. Oh, Knicks, man. Hey, with Sean Payton, he's looking to be somebody. He's got a touchdown, 24 of 39. Jalen Hurts still had two TDs, 22 for 38. But when it came down to it, they shut Saquon down, 30 yards. So big difference that makes when they can't get Saquon going. Now we know what to do when we play the Eagles. We just got to make sure Mr. Barkley is not running. Easier said than done, though. So that's something to look forward to. J.K. Dobbins, big day for him, 20 attempts, 79 yards and a touchdown. So, hey, run the ball. Who can run the ball? Ran the ball really well. All right, yeah, so we got Zach J on here. If we have any quarterbacks left by then, yeah, I'm very worried about quarterbacks. I was waiting for somebody to bring that up, but I don't know where we need to find more, but we just need to keep signing more. I know we signed, I just put it on TikTok too. We signed a corner to the practice squad. He was out there this week. Trey Flowers. Sorry. So we got Trey Flowers. Didn't really know too much or see too much, but stockpile, right? I liked what we got out of Rocky Sin. Grab me a few more of those guys. Dallas, great. You beat the Jets. They're 0-5. They're probably going to go 0-16. Aaron, I would have to look at that schedule actually, but dude, Aaron Glenn, you're going to have to melt that down. And if you do, we'll take Sauce Gardner off your hands because just like Zach said, thank you, Zach. Hopefully you're subscribed. If you're not, please do so. I'd appreciate it. We take Sauce Gardner all day, right? There's trades, right? Some of these teams are going to have to get rid of some of these guys. This is a Super Bowl year for us. Obviously, I want to get anybody that we can get. I'll take Trey Hendrickson. I'll take you, Sauce Gardner. I know this is some stupid shit, but hey, beggars. I'm not begging right now. I'm just dreaming. So if we're dreaming, let's dream. Dallas, I can't stand the Cowboys. I really can't. Okay, you beat the Jets. No big deal. Who cares? We're not even going to applaud you. I really just wanted to see how Sauce Gardner was doing. And I realized that we are clicked on the Cowboys. So we're going to unclick the Cowboys. Jerry Jones is super excited that he beat the Jets. Let's see. Gardner. I don't see you, buddy, on there. You're barely on there. So I think he got into a fight with Aaron Glenn or just some type of disagreement again. And like I said, Aaron Glenn, I feel bad for you. Why did you go to the Jets? I know you played there, but you also played at the Saints. So didn't you play in the Saints? I think he played for the Saints. I would never go to the Jets. Problem with the Jets is you have to change the culture at any team to be a functioning winning team, and you're not going to change the culture of the Jets as long as Woody Johnson is the owner, which he may not be for much longer, but all I got to say is that's the key to the Lions was the culture changed, right? You can bring in any coach you want, but when that culture changed is when everything started to kind of get to the next level. And even when you're playing losing football, as long as you have a strong culture, these guys are going to stick with you. But it's kind of piecemeal together, right? He's got Justin Fields as his quarterback. He doesn't really have anything that's of his yet. So we'll give him some time. But hey, Carolina beat Miami. Like I said, Mike McDaniels is probably going to be one of the first coaches to get fired this year because of it's Miami. Tyreek Hill's out. Stephen Ross is a creepy owner. He's probably on one of those Epstein planes. And Tua Tagovailoa, like a lot of that crap that they have that they committed to, I think they just want to explode, and they should, right? That'd be another team that we could pick apart a couple defensive guys, but Carolina just beat you, right? So 27-24, not even really much to go after, and then same thing with New York, the Giants, right? It was the battle of the Giants and the Saints, and the Saints just end up beating New York Giants. Jackson Dart, that whole game last time seemed to be kind of a good for you game, but that wasn't going to be a long term stability. He's a rookie. Danny Dimes, and again, I know it's just the Las Vegas Raiders, but Danny Dimes is 4-1, putting up big numbers, looking great, 40-6. It's just good for Danny Dimes, man. So Houston 44-10. That just shows you when Lamar Jackson isn't superhero. Baltimore's got a lot of problems. They do. Minnesota beats Cleveland, yada, yada, yada. Who cares? Kind of wish Cleveland would have beat them. San Fran itched one over the Chargers. We already know that. So, yeah. So I'll just tell you what. Okay, so Zach agrees. He says Mike McDaniel's fouled by Dable. Yeah, Brian Dable, just you can get everybody out of that. Miami should have never fired Flores. You're right. In the woke era of whatever that was when they fired Flores, I don't even remember actually why they did. He's a great coach, great defensive coach. He had them trending in the right direction. And Mike McDaniels looks like a little cokehead that was like the plug with all the dudes, right? And kind of just got swallowed up by the party. And now he's old news. He's like so weathered, so worn out. Whatever his little genius was with his tinted shades and his South Beach 1989 look, that's out, dude. Miami needs to just burn it down. They need to just calm down. Their jerseys are weird and ugly. They gave and continue to give a lot of money to everybody's old shit, right? They gave a ton of money to Sue. Not that he wasn't worth it, but they put their whole team on that, right? They gave a ton of money to Tyreek Hill. He's definitely not worth it. Look where that's getting him. So, but I mean, he's getting him paid. That's I guess not a problem for him. But yeah, Miami just needs to burn it all down, man. And he's going to be the first one to go. So Tua had 3 touchdowns though, 27-36. If you're really smart, you could trade him to a team that needs a quarterback. Bryce Young, I don't know. That's for another night. I'm not a big fan of Bryce Young. And I'm not a big fan of the Carolina Panthers. I don't know. That's just one franchise. To me, that kind of gross. Arizona Cardinals, Carolina Panthers, we could just get rid of them. Take those teams and put them somewhere else and give them a new name. And then the Dallas Cowboys, just for 1 year, ESPN can't cover them. What do I care? No one watches ESPN anymore anyways. Who gives a shit? Screw the Cowboys and screw ESPN. But yeah, so that's kind of my instant reaction of it. I'll be back on. Obviously, I'm not going anywhere, but we will be on recording Tuesday night to kind of give you like a nice long summary of our normal episode that'll be out there. And we'll obviously do a little preview and two for the Kansas City game. But kind of strange that Mark Sanchez is out there stabbing people. I remember his rise to fame from USC to the butt fumble to, it sounds like not good, a drunk quarterback like Broadway Joe. All right, who do we got on the live that's actually out here? Anybody that wants to throw something in the chat? I see some people are watching. 48.23 million subscribers and viewers. But yeah, make sure if you are still watching, hit that subscribe button. We love it. We appreciate it. We're on here a lot. So if you're new to this channel, I always get on every Sunday night and kind of go through all the games, Lions being the main ones, but then kind of go through the big time games. And then you're going to get us live for probably with these ALDSs. We'll be doing some live reactions. Hopefully you'll get a live reaction when they win. But then every Thursday, there's an episode that drops too on YouTube and Spotify. Buddy Hermdo does a lot of hockey videos. So we do Red Wings. We're going to be doing Pistons, and we're going to be doing lots of Red Wings, actually, because that season's already starting off pretty nice. I liked what I saw just a little bit from the Red Wings. I know it's a long season and it's a young team, but I was telling one of my buddies, that's the time to get into this Red Wings team, right? This is kind of like we're going to get to see the fruits of Steve Yzerman and what he's done. I'm stopping to use the word the Yzer plan. I think that's played out. We're moving forward, right? So just like we don't say biting kneecaps anymore, we don't say the Iser plan. We're just going to start saying Steve Eiserman, and that's just it. Drop the plan. It's getting weird. Lions friends, but hey, if you want to join us for a couple casual conversations on here, we'd love to have somebody. Our buddy Wayne from Canada, he is getting a new microphone, which we're all excited about. So he'll be joining us. He's the Buffalo Bills, Toronto Raptors fan. He is, let's just say, the voice of reason. In my nonsense that I spit, he kind of comes back with reasons. So looking forward to having Wayne on too. But yeah, want to make sure you guys like, subscribe, go check us out on Spotify too if you like listening to Spotify. I'm out there on Twitch. Still really don't know why, but we're out there on Twitch. So join, subscribe, tell your friends. We got merch. Go out to the fourth wall, look for the Detroit Fan Forum. We got some hoodies, we got some hats, we got some big stuff. And I hope you join us back here again. Check us out. Check us out on TikTok. Check us out on Spotify. We have all Detroit sports content all the time. So peace, one pride.
I thought you said I was all right, Spider. So
No, you ain't all right, Spider. You got a lot of fucking problems.
No, I thought you said you were all right.